So, day 4, we're going to St. Thomas today. It's about 8:15 a.m. We don't dock in St. Thomas for another hour and 45 minutes, and my plan would be to stop at the Wipeout Cafe on port days. But since we're not in port yet, I decided to stop at the Windjammer, and I'm lucky I did because it's actually not crowded today. Usually I'm not too keen on hard-boiled eggs because of how much of a pain it is to crack the shells and everything, but I've heard this is a much easier way to do it. Yeah, it's much easier to do it like that. Getting pretty close to 9 a.m. That means we can dock in St. Thomas in an hour, and the island is just from the distance. So, we just docked in St. Thomas like 5 minutes ago. So the gangway doesn't open for another maybe 10 minutes. And once the gangway opens, my mother and I are doing skyride to Paradise Point. And that should be really exciting. We're also doing a stop at Magens Bay. Alright, so we are now at the port of St. Thomas for some mother and son bonding time at Skyride to Paradise Point. The Oasis of the Seas is right across from us, and for whatever reason, classical music. They're playing classical music on steel drums. We are now taking a taxi to Haven Sites, and we are noticeably driving on the left side of the road, which doesn't make any sense, at least to us, because we are in a US territory. So we're on a different taxi now, and I believe we are passing Fort Christian. So we're getting closer as we've got the Norwegian Getaway, and then there's the Carnival Glory at the Haven Site Pier.
I got a long line. I can't hold it up. See, all these people want to go up. Nobody holding up my line. Everybody have to have fun.
I'll take pictures of where we've been. Where you're going.
Here we go.
Yeah, I like to see us walk.
Going up. Yep, we got the Carnival Glory and Norwegian Getaway, and there's actually the Oasis of the Seas in the distance. That's our ship. And this skyride isn't so bad.
No.
Alright guys, we're waiting for our next tramway back down, and then we're going to catch a taxi to Magens Bay. So, after our skyride to Paradise Point, we are headed to Magens Bay, and we are on a relatively similar taxi from before. So we're now at Magens Bay. The place is really packed, and this is one of the most beautiful beaches in the Caribbean. And the sea is pretty calm today, actually. 90-degree day today, but the sea breeze out here and this ocean cooling everything off. Alright, after some time at Skyway to Paradise Point, Magens Bay, and food from coconuts in our stomachs, my mother and I are back on the ship where we stopped at the Cafe Promenade. My mother got a coconut ranger cookie and I got a mud cake, which is quite a lot of sugar. We have left St. Thomas a little early, just a little early. We had a slow start leaving, but we're starting to pick up speed. And our next stop is St. Martin, and that's unfortunately our final port of call for this cruise. But that should be exciting as we were planning on Maho Beach. I think the other two ships that were docked at Havenside must have left as well.